Welcome back. You are on part 2 of the classroom management training. This part 2 is all about recognizing your chaos. So when you see that your classroom is getting a little nuts, they are holding themselves to the expectations that you've set aside for them. Now you're recognizing and you're using your tacit knowledge. Tacit knowledge, vocabulary word, woohoo. Tacit knowledge is the knowledge that you gain from experience and commitment. So when you are using your tacit knowledge is, Taylor just did this the other day. She was like, oh, I could not handle another outside than treehouse time, so I just took it away. That was your tacit knowledge kicking in. You were in your brain thinking, okay, that's a lot of playtime and they're getting overstimulated, so I'm going to counteract that with something else. Perfect demonstration. Awesome. You did fantastic. Use that. Knowing that those times are really stressful and they only escalate later is like key in teaching early childhood. So using your tacit knowledge is number one. So then you need to prepare yourself for success, recognizing that you say, oh, it doesn't work out to do treehouse time right after outside play. Prepare yourself. Say, I'm not going to do this. Instead, we're going to do this. I've made it through all of these videos without sneezing one time, and now I'm on part 2 and I'm already sneezing. Anyways, so when you move on to preparing for success, you're gearing up and thinking 2 steps ahead of the day. So you're in lunchtime, okay, now I need to know that after nap, I'm gonna do this. Like, you need to have those plans and prepares so that you can minimize the chaos already. You're already preparing it to be chaotic, so you need to plan ahead and make sure that it's not gonna get that way. The very last thing is remaining consistent. If you're remaining consistent in your routines and in your vocabulary and in your guidance throughout your whole day and every day, eventually they will know what comes next and they'll start falling into those places. Right now it's naturally going to be a little bit too much, but you need to be almost too strict on them so that way you can ease up later. It's okay to ease off later, but it's not going to work if you're like, oh, now I'm going to be really strict about this and we're never going to go to treehouse. It's not going to be effective. So preparing yourself for success also means that remaining consistent means that you get to have some fluidity in May, and that's important too. So end of part 2, make sure you go into part 3 because that's where things really get fun and I get to give you some of my tips and tricks as a teacher.